Tinubu with All Progressives Congress APC leaders have agreed to invoke the doctrine of necessity. Doctrine of necessity. How? Doctrine of necessity to appoint embattled Deputy Governor Lucky Datiwa as acting governor, effectively resolving the 5-month-long crisis in the state. The decision was reached during a closed-door meeting held at the presidential villa in Abuja on Friday. The meeting had President Tinubu together with members of Akeredolu's cabinet and lawmakers from the Ondo State House of Assembly. Governor Akeredolu, who returned from Germany in September after a prolonged medical leave, has remained absent from the state, opting to recuperate in his Ibadan residence. His extended absence has fueled political tension and uncertainty, prompting the need for a decisive resolution. With the doctrine of necessity invoked, the Ondo State House of Assembly is expected to reconvene on Monday to formalize Ayedatiwa's appointment as acting governor, granting him full executive powers to steer the state forward. The doctrine of necessity, a legal principle that allows for extraordinary measures to maintain order and uphold constitutional principles, has been previously employed in Nigeria's political landscape. In 2010, it was invoked to resolve a similar crisis arising from the prolonged absence of the then President Umar Yar'Adua, paving the way for Goodluck Jonathan to assume the role of acting president. President Tinubu's intervention was driven by concerns over the escalating political tension in Ondo State, exacerbated by Akeredolu's absence and the power struggles between cabinet members and lawmakers. The meeting at the presidential villa brought together key figures including National Chairman of the APC Abdullahi Ganduje, Deputy Governor Ayedatiwa, Ondo State Secretary to the Government Oladunni Odu, former APC National Chairman Bisi Akande, Finance Commissioner Wale Akinrinwa, House Speaker Olamide Oladiji, APC State Chairman Adetimehin, and members of the National Assembly from Ondo State. Notably, the governor's wife Betty Akeredolu and son Babajide were reportedly denied entering to the meeting room during the critical decision-making process. Wow, why did you allow your wife enter? See, I don't understand. It is constitutional for this kind of a thing to happen. It's just unfortunate that Akeredolu, that is a son that used to be the MBA chairman. He knows the law, a renowned, or let me say refined gentleman. When we know he says, this Akeredolu, he said, I know some of his said that I know what they stood for, good governance and all of that. But unfortunately, since he got into power, that's why it is so difficult. Even those who are shouting, oh, we want good governance, oh, the government of the day, the politicians of the day are not doing the right thing. They suggest a good advice and what have you. But as soon as they themselves have any little opportunity to be in power, they turn to something else. Even Tinubu that we are talking about, they will tell you, oh, he fought, or according to him that he usually boasts, he fought the military, he fought for democracy. And now, is this democracy that we are seeing now, using thugs, using power, doing all manner of things to get into power? It's just so ridiculous. See, there's nothing wrong with Africa, or there's nothing wrong with African. It is we are just deliberately, and there's nothing wrong with democracy. The other day I was talking about the statement made by Obasanjo. When you talk about a democracy that is being practiced in other places and it is favoring them, and there's no big deal about it. It is not all about culture, it's all about doing the right thing. But we don't want to do the right thing. We don't want to do the right thing, and we want the right thing to be done. So this Akeredolu that ought to have known the law, and that it will tell you that it is not all about governing the people, because any little thing they will tell you, oh, whether the president or the vice president, whether the governor or the deputy governor, they both have one ticket. What affects one affects the other. If not that they are there because of their selfish interest, I see no reason why in this kind of a situation, if you are not there, if your deputy is there, it's as good as you are there. In as much as cordial relationship, if there's no cordial relationship, I see no reason why you have picked him in the first place to be your deputy, that in case anything happens, oh, I trust this man is going to stand in for me. Now, something has happened. Thank God they are still alive. So why dragging if not because of money? If really you guys are going to do the right thing, and that's why we always say that anybody, if not that the foundation of this country is already destroyed, anybody can be president, any irrespective of where you are coming from, as far as you are a Nigerian. What is there? Do the bidding. The laws and constitutions are there for you to follow, that will favor everybody. But unfortunately, that is not what it is. And that's why they fight here and there. It's so ridiculous that this kind of a thing is coming from Akeredolu, that ought to have known better. If not because of money, I see no reason why they are dragging this whole thing. Now they could not even allow his wife and his son. Of course, they will not allow them to enter. Because if they had done the needful, it wouldn't have extended to this whole thing. No, what we preach is different from what we say. Or what we say is different from the way we react. Do what I say, don't do what I do. That is exactly what is happening. It's so unfortunate. So unfortunate. Person no feel fine. He still want the governor from the sick bed. Why are our leaders like this? I agree with you. It seems like he wanted his wife and son to rule. I can't even understand why they want to rule from a sick bed. Our president tap from Solomon wisdom. May God protect him. Which president? Which that one? I beg you, I go sit down. Is he doing the right thing? But he and APC members did nothing when Buhari was sick for almost a year. Hypocrites, of course. When Buhari was sick, Oshibaju was allowed to act. But after that time, did they allow him again? They didn't allow him again. I am not a fan of Tinubu. See, some people are so gullible. What are we talking about? What did Tinubu do? Is Tinubu supposed to do anything? Constitutionally, that is how it ought to be. Forget. See, some people are just so gullible and they don't even have a self-worth. What did Tinubu do now? This is law that Akeredolu ought to have followed. Now they are praising. Nobody, they are praising Tinubu now. Oh my God. The first certificate president should have invited the governor or his wife and son first as a show of respect and togetherness to the governor before the evil deputy and the rest of wicked APC members. Meeting with APC gang of evil men without consulting with the governor and his family has shown that APC does not mean well for the governor and the people of the state. The present governor should have been visited by the presidency to show care and kindness to the governor, regardless of his health status. No show of care and kindness from APC members to the sick man. They are after state money and resources, wicked and evil men and women, especially Yoruba APC politicians. That last statement, jail. That last statement, whether APC politician Yoruba, that one no jail. The only thing Tinubu understands is all about election position. Because I remember when he was campaigning, Akeredolu, at least in his own little way, though the sickness had started then, in his own little way, he was able to campaign for him. Said this and said that, well, the foundation of this country is destroyed. All this cut and governance and all of that, it will not hold water. It will help anybody. Take one step forward, another 10 steps backward, and you expect the country to move forward. So guys, let's say your opinion and have your take on this. Thank you.